Hello everyone, my name is Kylie. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you couldn't tell by the name of my channel, Kylie Rem Books, and by the title of this video, this is a BookTube channel, and today I am going to be doing the BookTube Newbie tag. So without further ado, let's get started with So the first question is, why did you start this channel? I love books. I love all things fandom I love to read, but I haven't been doing it as much lately as I would like to. So I'm hoping that this channel sort of serves as an accountability thing to get me to read more books, but also forces me to look at books more critically, because I do plan on doing book reviews and whatnot, and so I want to start looking at books more critically, like, how did this work? How did this not work? And like, I just want a space where I can also talk about like things that I feel about books, because I feel a lot of intense feelings about books sometimes. So yeah, I just want a space where I can talk about all things books, or all things books, and not feel like a total weirdo. Question is, what fun and unique things can you bring to BookTube? So when thinking about this question, like, really the only thing that came to mind was I feel like that I can offer a different perspective, because I read Christian fiction. Like, I read like mainstream YA novels also. Like, I read stuff that's popular too. Like, not everything that's popular, but like I read Christian fiction as well, and I feel like that's a genre that doesn't really get talked about on BookTube a lot. And I know personally I have a hard time finding Christian fiction books that I enjoy, just because a lot of them aren't very well written. Hashtag sorry not sorry for saying that. But yeah, I just have a hard time finding Christian fiction novels that are well written. So I'm hoping, like, if there are other people out there who like to read Christian fiction but have a hard time finding Christian fiction books that are well written and get really irritated like that, I'm hoping I can offer a voice for that. I'm hoping I can offer recommendations for that. Also, I feel like anytime somebody is 110 like just truly themselves, that in and of itself is a fun and unique thing that they bring to the table, just their own uniqueness, their own creativity, their own personality. So I feel like just being myself is something fun and unique that I can bring to BookTube. So the next question is, what are you most excited about for this channel? It kind of goes back to why I started this channel. I'm just looking forward to having an opportunity and a reason to read more. Like, you shouldn't really need a reason to read more, but like just the opportunity and the reason to read more, and also just the opportunity again to talk about books, because I love to talk about books, and I only really have like one friend that I can talk to about books, and like I love talking to her about books, but like it'd be nice to have like more people to talk to about books as well. Next question is, why do you love reading? I spend so much of my time just running back and forth doing a bunch of different things, whether it be for school or like stuff around the house, or like stuff with my family for church. My family spends so much time running back and forth doing stuff, and reading is kind of one of those things where you just you have to sit and you really have to focus all of your attention on it, and it's just kind of a way to slow down, and it helps me to relax, it helps me to wind down at the end of the day. So yeah, I think that's why I love reading. Question is, what book or series got you into reading? So technically I would say probably Magic Tree House. I was obsessed with that series when I was in elementary school, specifically 2nd grade. Like, I'm pretty sure I read just about every Magic Tree House book that my school library had. There was one time where I tried checking out another book that wasn't Magic Tree House, and I came back the next day, returned that book, and got a Magic Tree House book. Like, I just loved Magic Tree House because it was an engaging story, but I was also like learning stuff at the same time. And like my favorite Magic Tree House book was like Mummies in the Morning or something like that. It was like one of the first Magic Tree House books, but it was about mummies and whatnot, and I feel like Magic Tree House also really helped me cultivate my love for history, because there were a lot of like history-based Magic Tree House books. But then I'd also say like the book series that got me the most into fandom and fandom culture would be probably Percy Jackson, because I read those books in middle school when they were really popular, and I loved the series just so much. And I remember like that was the first time I read a book and I was like, I need more of these characters, I need more of this. Sorry, something just fell off my desk. Anyway, Percy Jackson was the first time where I was really like, I need more of these characters, I need more of these books, I need more in general. And I just remember that was the first time where I was like crying over characters and like, these characters need to end up together. Like, that is the first time that I remember that happening with a book. So I'd say Magic Tree House is what got me into reading, and then Percy Jackson is what got me into fandom. So the next question is, what questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? How do you like read books that you know you're going to enjoy, like books and genres that you know you love, without feeling like you have to read all of these different like new releases that you really don't have much of an interest in? But also at the same time, how do you read books that you love but also like try to grow your taste and also come a little bit out of your comfort zone and read different books from what you typically don't read? Sorry, I like keep picking at my face, like my hair keeps getting stuck in my lipstick. I'm sorry, hold on. So yeah, so just pretty much that, not the lipstick thing, but like reading books you know you love without feeling like the pressure to read books you know you aren't really interested in, but at the same time reading books that you feel like is going to bring you out of your comfort zone, and books that you would like to read, I guess. But yeah, just kind of like staying true to yourself, but also like growth. Like, how do you find a balance between that? Challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? Okay, honestly, this video in it of itself is like one of the hardest things I've had to overcome, because like I filmed this video last night and I could not get it to transfer from my phone to my computer, so I'm hoping I can get it to transfer this time from my phone to my computer with this video. So I think just finding my whole like routine of filming and getting to my computer and editing and uploading is just going to be the biggest thing for me, but also consistency, finding a time of the week and a time of day that's best for me to upload, because I do take college classes. I take college classes online, so there is a bit more flexibility, but it's still like a big time commitment and there's a lot of work that has to be done. So I think just kind of balancing everything and finding that groove is going to be what's difficult for me. Also, my hand just passed out. That was weird. Question number 8. When did you start reading? So I mean, I've always kind of loved reading from the time I started reading in kindergarten when I first started learning to read. Like, I've just always loved reading. Over the past couple of years, I've really questioned if I do love to read, just because I haven't like read as much as I would like to. And but I do still love reading, because I know like, because there are times when I sit down and I like start reading a book and I get really engaged in it, and I'm like, yes, I do love to read. But yeah, I'd say kindergarten. Like, that's technically when I started reading, but it's also at the same time where that love for reading was cultivated, and it's just kind of grown over the years. And I think it kind of hit its peak point of where I was like, yes, I'm a reader, I love to read. I think I kind of hit that point in middle school again with Percy Jackson. So question number 9 is, where do you read? Well, right there is one spot where I like to read. I try to read about a half hour before I go to sleep each night, for at least a half hour before I go to sleep each night. So I'll read in my bed, or I also have, hold on, I have this recliner back here that I also like to read in. That's actually where I end up doing a lot of schoolwork, in that recliner, just because like I don't have to sit like perfectly up straight typing at my desk like all the time. I can just kind of sit, kind of relax in that chair back there, so either in my bed or back there in my recliner. And then the last question is, what kind of books do you like to read? I like to read pretty much anything that I could get my hands on, pretty much. But primarily, I really love historical fiction, especially historical fiction that takes place during World War II. I've just always found World War II very fascinating, and history in general just very fascinating. So World War II historical fiction. I love mysteries, but I haven't read very many of those lately. I love science fiction, and I've really recently started to get into fantasy because of Harry Potter or whatnot. I'm on my first read through of Harry Potter, but just reading Harry Potter has really gotten me into fantasy over the past couple of years. And then I really enjoy a good contemporary every now and then, like, because they're easy to get through, usually very lighthearted, and they're a fun read. They're a good read. I enjoy a good contemporary. So that is all of the questions. Thank you again for watching this video. Be sure to comment down below what kind of specific BookTube videos you would like to see in the future, like any specific tags or anything, or if you want me to review any specific book, be sure to comment that down below. And also don't forget to subscribe and tell your friends that I'm new and I need followers. I don't know, but tell your friends I'm here, and I'll be here hopefully every week until feel like I have worn out my BookTube journey. But thank you for clicking on this and starting my BookTube journey with me, and I can't wait to upload my next video. Bye.